Hello, this is Sue from dragoncreations.co.uk, and today I'm going to try something that I have never tried before. I've seen other people do it, but I've never tried it. So I'm going to try they call it the cling film effect, but I'm not using cling film. What I've got is I bought a plastic shower curtain from Amazon for £5. Then I cut a square, well actually it's a rectangle, slightly bigger than my mould, and I've snipped it so that I can bend it. Then I just crinkled it up, just totally crinkled it up so it's full of all little folds and bends in it. So I've got one for that mould, and I've got, oh, I did wipe it down with alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, to make sure they were nice and clean. So just giving them a good crinkle. Okay, so I've got them ready. I've cleaned them. I mixed up 80 grams, which is 42 of A, 38 of B. Mine's a 1-to-1 resin, and that's just clear. So I'm just going to put this in. So it just gives us a nice thin coat of clear resin so that we can add our plastic to it. So I'm just going around the sides first. Make sure there's no bubblies. Sides, edges. And I'm just filling in the middle. Trying to make sure I get an even amount in each. Just going to check my levels. Yeah, they seem to be about level. So we're not even filling this halfway. It's just literally a really thin layer of clear. Okay. Then I'm going to debubble. I'm just moving the bubbles to the surface with my silicone brush. It's because I've just cleaned my mould. Come on. I do not want to move today. Just come up to the surface. It's worth spending a little bit of time to get rid of all the bubbles, because we don't want them on the surface when we put our plastic on. There. Okay. Right, plastic piece one. Let's just move this one here so we can see exactly what we're doing. Right, I'm going to put it in the middle to start off with, so it's touching, and then while I'm holding it up slightly, I'm just going to press it towards the edge. As I say, I've put loads of cuts in this so that I should be able to get a nice contact with the surface of the resin. So I'm just doing it ever so gently, because I don't want the resin to go sort of up the lip of the mould. That cut, no, I need a little bit deeper cut in that one, I think. Better. I'm just pushing it on, and if you see any bubbles you can chase them towards the edge. There. So all that plastic is in contact with the resin. I'm going to chop that bit off, I think. And that bit, because it might pull it down away from the resin. Oh, that's better. So you want your piece of plastic bigger than your coaster or the mould, but you don't want it to hang over too much, because that might pull it away from the resin. As I say, I've never done this before. I just cut it to that size, so I can cut my edges off now. Oh, look, there's me pulling it all out after putting it in carefully. But that's all the right way around. Right, okay. Oh look, I've put a big bubble in it. Just chase that to the edge. There we go. Oh. It was looking so pretty till I pulled it all up. There. So if you do get a bubble like I just did, just chase it to the edge. So I'm just literally making sure that the plastic is touching the resin. I'm not going to put any more folds in the plastic. I'm just going to, because I scrunched it up really hard, I'm hoping that will give the effect that we're after. I'm just going to push that under the lip slightly, but I don't want the resin to chase up the side of the mould. There, that's one done. Wasn't too hard, a little bit tricky, but not too hard, so we shall put that one out of the way and do number 2. I did put some more cuts in this one. Okay, so again I'm just gently pushing it down to make contact with the resin and chasing the bubbles towards the edge. That bit's going to have to come off, I can see that straight away. See, when I do this again, hopefully this will be the right size then. Oh look, static now. Stay there. There, got rid of it. And another bit. Oh, at least these are probably the right size for if we try this again. Let's make it neat and tidy and cut that bit off as well. So I'm just going to push it slightly into the lip, but again I don't want to push the resin up the piece because we need room to put our backing on. That's it. Make sure there's, oh sorry, didn't mean to knock you. Make sure there's no bubbles. Make sure the plastic's touching the resin. And if there is a bubble, try and chase it out. If not, push it towards a peak. If it's a really stubborn bubble and you can't get it out, just push it towards a peak. And that way when we put our black on, it should hide it slightly, I hope. There, that's it. That's stage 1. So I shall leave these to set up and then we shall move on to stage 2. Okay, so I'll leave these to set and see you in the next bit. Right, we're back. This is all set. So what I'm going to do is ever so carefully is just take the plastic out. Making sure that I'm holding the resin down so I don't move it away from my mould. Because I don't want my resin that I'm going to back it with to go underneath my mould. Here we go. There's a little bit of overflow there. And there's a tiny bit of overflow there where I snipped it, so I'm just going to take that off. And there as well. Just where it went between the gaps. There. Okay, that's one done. Oh, there's a little bit there as well, I didn't see that bit. It's just where it was sitting on top of the plastic. There. You can tell because it's shiny. So, yeah. Still attached to my mould. Okay, let's do this one. Again, I'm going to hold the mould and then I'm going to hold the resin so I don't pull the resin away from the mould. Oh, I've got, oh no, I've got some overflow on that one. Let's come back to that bit. Right, okay, let's have a look at this. So where I snipped it, the resin's gone between the folds. And if I pull it, I'm going to pull it away from the mould, which is the problem I've got here. Right, that should come away now. Yep. Just going to make sure that it's still in the mould because I don't want the black to go underneath. Yeah, normally you can see where it's pulled away, you'll see a white spot. Okay. I'm just going to snip that bit off, it's sticking up. Right. I'm going to dust. This is Let's Resin Chameleon Powder Teal. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dust in one direction. So I'm going to dust the whole thing. So I'm just going to slap it on because I've had an idea. Might not work, but I had an idea. You know me, I like to experiment. So keeping it going in the same direction. I'm not going to worry about getting into all the nooks and crannies at the moment. I'm just going to brush this in that direction. Apart from that bit there. So it's got a little bit of a lip on it. So I will get a little bit in there. And there. I mean, this might not work, but I just thought I had an idea. Okay, so I'll do the same on this one, in one direction. They're not round anymore, are they? Well, it looks like it's got a nice pattern to it, so fingers crossed. As I say, I have never tried this before. And I've seen people do it with cling film, so, and I thought, that's a bit flimsy, and I've seen people struggle with cling film. So the shower curtain seems to have worked quite well. Obviously, I snipped it a bit and had a bit of overflow. Right, I'm just going to go and blow this out. 2 seconds. Back, sorry, bit of blank space there. And what I thought I'd do is I'm going to go in with the magenta and then I'm thoroughly going to dust it with the magenta. So magenta, Let's Resin, chameleon powder, and this time I'm going to go everywhere with it, because I think it might make it two-tone. That's the idea anyway. So this time I really am going to get in there with my brush. I'm going to hold the sides so I don't push it away from the sides when I'm brushing. Obviously I'm going to put it on the mould because I'm quite good at that. Really get in there. Oh look, I've got a bubble. Well, let's make it a pretty bubble. Here's another one I've just spotted. See, I didn't chase all the bubbles out. So if I put the magenta on first, it would have taken over. So I'm just going to make sure I've got all the lip. And do the same with this one. Oh, another bubble. Well, it's not too bubbly. I think if you spend a little bit more time laying your plastic down, you'll probably get a result with no bubbles. Well, I can still see the blue, so that's good. So this might actually work. Okay, I'm going to make sure I've got it all up the sides. Oh, I'm covered in it. Oh, a messy pop. Right, I'm just going to go and blow these out. Bear with me. And we're back. Do you know what that looks like? That looks like cellophane wrap to me. Right, I've just spotted a bit sticking up. I'm just going to take that off. Okay, right, I'm going to go in with my black. So I mixed up 130 grams, which is 68A and 62B. And then I just add a good heap spoon of black mica. It's just regular black. So I'm going to go into the edge first. Just take my time. Because it's got a little bit of a lip on it where I didn't push the plastic all the way to the edge. I'm just going to get into that bit first. You can't see a thing, I'm so sorry. There we go. I'll just add a bit more to the edge. Leave that to level out for a minute, and we'll go into this one again. It's got a little lip around the edge where I didn't push the plastic underneath enough. But I shall learn for next time to push the plastic right to the edge. Go on. Okay, then we'll just flood it. Leave that one to settle. Right, I'm just going to give this a quick, just to make sure it's got into all the nooks and crannies. I'm going to do the same with this one before I pour the rest in. There we go. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. Oh, that mica chameleon powder goes everywhere. Well, it does when I use it. I'm just going to check my levels. A little bit more in this one. So they're not full. They're about 3/4 of the way full. Because I haven't done it before, I didn't know how far to really fill it, because I didn't know how big the creases might be, but it's covered the creases, so quite happy with that. Oh, that's a bubble. And that's it really. So I shall, oh no, I'm going to give a debubble first. That's the first thing I'm going to do. We'll go any further. And that's it. Well, I shall tidy up my mess that I've made everywhere, leave these to set overnight, and we shall demold and see if I manage to do the technique. Okay, I'll see you at the demold. They're all nice and dry. I've got to give them a really good clean now. Right, okay, are we ready for this? Oh wow. They're blue and they're purple. Oh, I was not expecting that. Oh wow. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to try this again. Look, this looks like it's got a bit of silver in it. That's unbelievable. I can't believe that. Huh. Okay, so that was a success. We shall do that again. Brilliant. Thumbs up. I shall see you in the next one. Bye.